Josh, it's kind of a trick question, right? Like, is awakening predestined? Because it's like, what are we saying here? The pure consciousness that we are, it's not, it's beyond awake, because you got to be sleeping in order to think about being awake. Same with non-duality. You gotta have some concept about duality to talk about non-duality. So all that is housed in the localized consciousness that's incarnated into this human construct virtual reality machine. So this whole, all these questions and duality, non-duality, and awakening, sleeping, that's all for the human construct. Pure consciousness is just pure. But it there's no experience for the pure consciousness. How can there be? The pure consciousness precedes any experience you have. It's just this blank canvas, you can say, or screen, but it's fully alive. It's not just a dead, nothing. It's fully alive, but it needs to differentiate in order and individualize itself in order to recognize itself. If there's only blue, there's no blue, right? So, is it destined? The real question is the localized consciousness that's playing the role of human self and astral self, causal self. There's other planes, not just the human kingdom. This is the most grossest level. So is the consciousness that's playing in all these planes, is it destined to awaken? Well, of course, because its essence is pure consciousness. It's not a separate thing. It's not this individualized, localized consciousness, human construct here, and then the pure consciousness is everywhere else, except there. They're one and the same. So to refine even more the question, maybe we can say, is it predestined for the consciousness to awaken? We're awakening more every day, every moment, period. That's the law of evolution. Now, even if we fall backwards and, this is, look what I did, that was so stupid and unspiritual, or man, the ego just came out so strong, like I must be slipping backward. No, all that is helping you to go forward. There's no backward. The backward's making you go forward. Now, I can hear the non-dual people saying, but there's no forward either. There's only no backward, no forward. Within the game of evolution, there's backward and forward. So if we're talking about is it predestined for the consciousness to awaken, we're in duality. So we got to have a conversation in duality. That's just what it is. So is the consciousness predestined to awaken? It's awakening all the time. Is there such thing as fully awake? I've shared before. How can there be? As long as there retains some individual sense of me, then the awakening is going to continuously be more and deeper and deeper. Isn't that good? Nice? Where do you want to just be 100% awake and then you blink out of existence and you can't even taste yourself anymore? Can't even taste your essence. There needs to be some, at least very thin sheath or body, so that the consciousness can continue to taste its source. That's what it is, So the problem becomes when the mind gets involved. That's its job. The mind says, like, am I am I almost awake now? Like, am I getting closer? This is taking too long. I've been doing a sadhana now for decades. Why aren't I awake? What's going on here? See, we got to catch that out. That's why I make videos about how the mind causes trouble. We got to realize, but that's also part of the awakening, is the trouble, because we catch the trouble out. The consciousness evolving catches when the mind is saying anything, really, even when it says positive, even when it's like, I'm feeling peace now. I'm feel balanced on a level I've never felt before. And then you can feel when the mind and ego wants to take credit for that. And you're like, well, no, can't get me. That's just a sensation. The sensation that I'm getting better and I'm really getting closer, it's a sensation. I love it. You don't like dismiss the sensation. That would be the mind dismissing it. The mind saying, wait, I'm a non-dual person and these sensations aren't real, so I'm going to dismiss it. Now I'm non-dual again, which is another thought concept. You let everything play, and you stay as this awareness, and you give some attention to the awareness, and there's some attention, and you're enjoying the sensations, and some sensations you suffer. If you have certain situations in your life, somebody just died, or that you loved, or you have a health situation, or you're in a war zone, and all kinds of dramas happening, those are sensations that you're not going to feel so good. But you let them be there. You accept that while staying conscious of the self that's not a part of the sensations. Sensations are happening inside your true self. That's the balance. That's always going to be there. The best sensations, they're not going to last. You're not at peace 100% of the time. Even if you are at peace 100% of the time, the frequency and intensity of that peace can vary and change, and it will, because it's still an experience. Anything that we feel, any sensation that we're aware of, any experience we have, it's not permanent. Therefore, how can an awakening be permanent? Technically, an awakening is another sensation or experience for the human construct self. The pure consciousness isn't announcing that it's awake or asleep. So we gotta differentiate and realize the difference. The so-called, there appears to be a difference between the pure consciousness and the localized consciousness. In duality, there's a difference. In non-duality, there's no difference, because the pure consciousness is the localized consciousness. The mind can't understand this. It has to be intuitively realized, and it will through law of evolution. Why? Because it's our destiny to awaken. See, that the whole show runs itself. We got to relax, which is another sensation, but it's a cool sensation. Don't you like feeling relaxed? I used to not like feeling relaxed. I wanted to be amped up all the time. I'm amped up right now, but I'm chilled at the same time. That's balance. That's evolution. Evolution means we like balance. We don't want to just be, just really, meditate all the time, No, the life force plays. It creates, sometimes it's more vigorous, Sometimes we're more full on. Other times we're more chill. Both are experiences, though. Can't hang on to a certain experience or let the mind say, this experience is better, this is more spiritual and holy, this experience, no, it's all good, it's all holy. These things get refined after a while. You still get angry, but maybe you don't get angry like you used to. You don't go into a rage and start breaking the house up or something. But you still get angry. You don't become a robot. And the same when you're super happy or ecstatic. You don't start running around making videos showing, oh my God, I'm awake, or trying to tell everybody how you're more chill. It's more sober. It's more natural. So there's a constant refinement that goes on and on and on. It never ends, and it's good. So let me know how these words land. What I speak, you can't understand it. It's not a mental thing, like I'm writing directions how to get to the bus station, and then, okay, here, follow that. This isn't like this. This is a transmission, an energetic transmission that resonates and coincides with what you already know. You already know this stuff. Those who are watching and really feeling this means you already know it, obviously. You can't teach this. How are you going to teach this? This is the most subtle stuff there is. You can't teach this. I'm talking paradoxical and language of opposites, and it just doesn't make any sense if somebody's listening just with their mind. But if you're feeling it, it means you already know. And then it's nice. This is why we're here. This is the benefit of being individualized. Consciousness is speaking with itself and flowing and energy circulating. It feels nice and good. And that's why we're here. So that's how we do it. All right, take care.